Hello there guys, Francis Gray here and welcome back to a brand new video. And in today's video we're going to be continuing on with the Plants vs Zombie custom chess set build. And in today's video we're going to be concentrating on the Black King. I'll see you after this. Okay guys, so welcome back to a brand new build, and today is obviously the Black King, and what better character for the Zombie King than Zomboss? It's obvious when you think about it. It's the only choice available really. It's the one that speaks volumes. So yeah, so sit back and enjoy, and I will see. So sit back and enjoy, and I will see you. So sit back and enjoy, and I will see you at the end. Okay guys, so like all the other builds, I started off with going to one of my favourite websites, thingiverse.com, and I typed in PVZ, or Plants vs Zombies. Now unfortunately there wasn't any files of Zomboss that I could find, so I've had to go looking elsewhere. So the character of Zomboss, we obviously see he's wearing like a lab coat, and then obviously his iconic, shaped head. So to start things off, I managed to find this, which was like a Dr. Frankenstein model, and it's very small in size, so it comes across a little bit cartoonish, which is perfect with what we need for this. And this was originally uploaded by a user called Gloomy Kid. But as you can see, we need to go ahead and recreate a new head. So the only thing that sprung to mind was the Mars Attack aliens from the film Mars Attacks, and as you can see that's very similar to Zomboss, and I managed to find this, which was uploaded by a user called David Cole, and I think this is going to work fantastic. So after downloading both files, I then put it into Matter Control, where I spliced the two figures together, sliced them in half, and now that we've saved as an STL file, we can go ahead and 3D print it.
6.5 hours later.
So here we have all the parts already printed. So previous viewers will know that I made some like universal chess bases for people to make custom chess sets. So if you're interested in downloading a set of these for yourself, they're on links in the description below to my Thingiverse page. So as you can see here, we have Zomboss, quite a lot of supports on there, so let's go ahead and clean all this up, and hopefully we've got something that we can use.
The cleanup on them is a nightmare.
So after cleaning up all the supports, for the next stage we're going to go in with some various files. We're just going to try and smooth down the layer lines, and then in order to relax those layer lines, I then went in with a lighter and basically just went over and lightly bathed it in flame. Basically it just loosens the filament lines and it helps blend it out a little bit more, but obviously you don't want it to take too long because you don't want this to warp.
Right.
And then after yet another sand, we then went in with some of this stuff, which is regular white wood filler, and I basically just get a little dab of it on my fingers, and then I just rub it into the model, and what it does is it just goes in and it just smooths over any imperfections, and then once left to dry we can go ahead and sand that once again if we want to, and then that'll make this a lot more easier to paint and work with.
No way! Yes way!
So once left a few hours to fully dry, yes you guessed it, I went in with another file to make sure everything was nice and smooth. And yeah, now that we've got both parts, I'm going to go in with some high velocity super glue, and we're going to go ahead and super glue the torso and then stick it together, leave it a few minutes to fully dry, and then we can think about attaching him to the base.
Wow!
Yep, I think this will work great. So now that we've got both parts together and an overall figure of Zomboss, for the next stage I'm going to go back in with the wood filler, and I'm basically just going to fill out that seam line connecting the two parts, and then we'll same again, we'll leave it to dry, we can sand it, and then that'll make this figure a whole lot more complete.
Alright.
So after yet again another clean up, for the next stage we need to go ahead and we need to create the two parts of the Chess King base, and same again, just high velocity super glue, and then stick it into place, leave it to dry, and then we can go ahead and add the figure of Zomboss, and once again leave to dry. Yep, it's starting to really come together now.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
So after leaving a good few hours to fully dry, we're now into the spray booth, and I'm going to hit it with at least 3 coats of a nice grey prime. So after leaving it overnight to fully dry, for the next stage I'm going to go in with some of this stuff, which is UV resin, and I'm just going to go on with an old brush that I'm not really bothered about anymore, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint a thin layer over all the surface areas of Zomboss, and basically that just goes a long way to help making this a lot more smoother, so when we apply paint we shouldn't see any layer lines whatsoever. So this stuff is just basically, you just paint it on and then just let it cook in the sun or under a UV lamp for probably about a good hour and a half, and then it'll fully dry, and then you're good to start painting.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So once that had fully cured, for the next stage we're back into the spray booth, and this time I'm going to hit it with at least 1 coat of a nice white prime, and then that lightens the figure up, so it's going to be a lot easier to paint later on.
5 hours later.
Okay guys, so after a little bit of a clean up, for the next stage I'm going to go in with some off-white from Game Colour. Oh, hello there guys, just wanted to say, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button, and if you want to be a legend, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future builds, and yeah, that's about it really. Hit all the buttons and enjoy your time here. So, back to the video. And we'll start with a natural grey from Model Colour. Okay, so not a bad start.
You're goddamn right.
And for the next part I'm going to go in with a light grey from Model Colour, and we're going to go ahead and paint the inside of the King emblem. And while the light grey is still out, I'm going to go in with a stipple brush. I'm going to add a dry brush to his skin and also the edge highlight of the base. And after painting some general black onto his gloves, for the next stage I went in with a black felt marker and I went ahead and painted the front part of the raised edge of the emblem. So basically that just goes ahead and separates the background from the foreground, which goes a long way to making it stand out.
Yeah, boy!
And then I went in with a small thin steel ruler and a sharp pencil, and then I added like a 1mm, 2mm kind of box around the emblem, and then this is just giving us a line so we know not to paint past it. I'm going to go ahead and add the black in a moment, and then once done, if done right, makes a nice little tidy little square box frame around the king emblem. And while the black's still out, I thought I'd go in and start adding some to his legs, his shoes and also his rubber gloves.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
And now we're going to go in with some bone white from Game Colour, and we're going to go ahead and add a layer to Zomboss's eyes. And then once that was done, I decided to go in with yet more bone white from Game Colour, and I'm just going to go ahead and give another coat to his lab coat, because the white that's on there right now is a little bit too vibrant, so yeah, it'll look a bit more natural with this bone white. For the next part, I'm going to go in with a fine liner paint pen, and we're going to go ahead and add some various details. Yep, I think that'll work great.
Yay, lovely jubbly!
And once that was left to fully dry, for the next stage we're back into the spray booth outside, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this with at least 2 coats of a nice gloss varnish, and then that'll do 2 things. One, it'll seal all the paintwork and the paint pens in place, and it'll also give it like a kind of like a cartoony effect, much like all the other pieces that we've made in the past.
Alright.
And once again, left to fully dry, we're now back inside, and I'm going to go in with some of this grey felt, which is the same felt that I used with all the other zombie pieces, and we're basically just going to add a little dab of PVA glue to the bottom of the chest base, and then we're going to sit it on top of the felt. We're going to leave it a good few hours to fully dry, probably about between 6 and 8 hours. And then once that's dried, we can go in and then carefully trim off the excess with some nice sharp scissors. And once that's done, I think this is finished. So now that it is finished, let's go ahead and add him to the chess set. Okay guys, so here he is, all finished, and I have to admit I am happy with the finished results. So I looked out basically that somebody made like a little Dr. Frankenstein kind of cartoonish looking figure, and the little Maz attacks alien head was a godsend, and yeah, all put together I think it makes a really cool, unique Zomboss Black King. So yeah, so now we can go ahead and add him to the chess set, and in theory there should only be one more video build in this range, or this subject matter should I say. So what's the next video? Well, the only thing that's left is the black pawns. Now that's going to be a big build because obviously there's 8 of them, so I need to do 8 the same or similar characters that scream, you know, pawns in the zombie armada. So so come back and enjoy that, and yeah, then in theory the chess set should be all wrapped up. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please slap that like button, share on Facebook and X because it helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I'm always appreciate. Thank you for any help. If you have any comments, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future builds. If you want to be a legendary viewer, please take 5 minutes, check out my Patreon page where with your help and support we can do these videos full time rather than part time, which means a lot more work for me and a lot more content for you guys. So, all that being said, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next build. If you like the content that I'm making and you'd like to support my work, here is a few links in the description, but only if you can afford it, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.